Hey there, this is Frank Klesitz with Viral Marketing, and you're watching another interview about how to recruit agents to your team of brokerage without having to necessarily cold call, which is quite nice. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, it's very nice.
So Patrick's an agent in Phoenix and took the recruiting project, the recruiting course, 6 months of a weekly class of 8 over Zoom. That's a video conferencing service for about an hour. So there's 24 one-hour lessons, and then you meet that week one-on-one with John, my business partner, to help with the kind of the personalization execution to get it done. And what I want to spend some time with today is to interview Patrick on. He went through the course and what he learned from it and what some of his challenges were. So if you're thinking about doing this, you can maybe learn from Patrick's experience if it's right for you and the timing is right, and to kind of see what he liked, what he didn't like, and ultimately how he got the intended result, which is hopefully recruiting more agents, which I haven't even asked him yet, which we'll get to if you actually recruit anybody. So I don't even know yet. We're going to find out
Yeah.
of what the results are. So Patrick, thanks for
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. So let's get down to it. So you got an email from me, you got a letter from me or something that said, hey, I got this this course. It's 6 months structured this way to help you build a system, basically a way of publishing educational training videos by deeming yourself as like the preeminent real estate trainer in Phoenix.
Yeah.
To convince agents to spend time with you and ultimately meet with you and come to your trainings and ultimately say, you know what, why am I doing this on my own when I could just be a part of your team with less risk and make more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your decision to enroll in the course. Why did you do this originally?
So I was thinking about it, how to kind of scale myself, how to grow. I've been an agent, producing agent for the last, 8-9 years. And I'm just, I've always had kind of like maybe an assistant or somebody, like one buyer's agent that's kind of helping me out. And I'm thinking, how can I grow this? More from a team model, but also, I'm the broker, the designated broker too. So we're trying to grow this larger team than just myself and maybe one or two people. So I didn't really know how to go about it outside of, I didn't really want to spam people. I really turned off by spam myself. So I didn't want to go that route. And then I just wasn't sure how to kind of put it all together as far as, should I email? Should I be calling? Should I be holding events? Should I direct mail? Should I carrier pigeon? I didn't know what to do.
The carrier pigeon.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. So I never really recruited. I posted like a job post for somebody that worked for me, like salary wise, but beyond that, it was very, very limited. So
now you've been selling real estate for, how long have you been selling real estate?
9 years. Yeah.
So 9 years. So you've been in the business. You know the coaching firms out there, the different what's available to you. Now, we're not a coaching firm at Viral. I guide you through how to implement marketing.
Yeah.
But there's lots of other recruiting strategies out there. What really drew you to I'm going to write a check and do virals?
Yeah. Well, I will say, the first thing was your timing was perfect because I was literally looking into how to do it. And I think I saw your email and then John called me and I was like, okay. I'll just dive right into this. I really liked that you had a plan. I could look at the curriculum and kind of say, this is what we're going to be doing. And I saw a lot of there's a lot of thought into that, right? And then I saw some of the past agents that you worked with and what they were doing and kind of did my own little, background check on what they're doing and, check their websites out and all that stuff. So I liked what I saw. And so I went with it.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
So you dove in.
Yeah.
Why did the course work? Or what made it work well? What did you like the most about the course? How about that?
Well, I'm very process detail driven. So I liked, this is what we're doing on the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and I can see it build on itself. So I'll say probably, 50% of it I was familiar with. The other 50% was very helpful about, for example, using Eventbrite versus, a Facebook event or, little things like that were, I think, really made the difference in what we were doing. And so that I like that.
Good.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
So the idea is I wanted you to start an agent training newsletter of publishing Q&A videos, business coaching videos.
Mhm.
And we would use Facebook ads and people to start emailing agents to invite them to watch them in your MLS to get people to spend time with you online. And then once
Mhm.
they spent time with you online by consuming your education-based, helpful, authentic content, you would invite them to a real-world actual training event, a 3-hour workshop where you help people write a business plan. And then from
Mhm.
there, the goal would be to hopefully get some one-on-one meetings to help personalize that workshop for them. And then, if it made sense, say, hey, as opposed to you doing all this on your own, you can come work here.
Mhm.
And that was kind of your primary offer to join your team. So um, what was that like, having to start positioning yourself as this trainer of other agents of your competitors in the market?
It's a little weird, at least for me. I'm used to what I do. And, I guess some of it is I see some of the other teams and other models and what they're offering, and so my mindset was, am I the person? Do I have the authority to do this? So that was kind of a mindset that I had to kind of get over. Is we were talking in the course, the average agent,
9.
only does what, a few
9.
deals.
Yeah, 9. If you
Yeah,
sell
okay.
more than 9, like you're in the
And
top tier of agents.
yeah. And so I'm typically anywhere from 30 to 50 a year that I'm doing deal wise. And so I thought there's some stuff that I've learned over the course of the 9 years that I could pull that out of my mind and put it into and share it and help build other agents' business.
So one of my questions for you is there's a lot of people in the course that were doing hundreds of deals.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing 30 to 40, which is a very respectable amount, but respectively in the group, that's a lower amount than some of the other
Yeah.
producers in there.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you is why did you start recruiting at 30 or 40? Normally people wait much longer, but you had this vision that you wanted to start recruiting sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't want to stick at 30 to 40, every year. I mean, there's a certain limit to your time, and so I'm looking to kind of leverage myself, replace myself, I guess, but also help other agents and grow their businesses. And so I was looking to grow the company beyond where I was at, and I was looking for different ways and how to do that. And I've kind of gone the salary route, gone the ISA route, gone the virtual assistant route, and I was just looking at this route. And ultimately, I want to grow, and I ultimately want to get out of production and be more of a team leader, more of a kind of managing a sales team. So.
Cool. Okay. So what was the most difficult part of the project for you? If you can go back to the 24 lessons, all the things you had to implement, what was the biggest stressor for you? Of which was the biggest challenge for you to get done?
Well, it was putting together the first event. So in the actual like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? This is 3 hours. It's a lot of time to speak, a lot of things to talk about. I think I spent quite a bit of time putting the presentation together. That was probably the biggest thing. I'm also not very good at public speaking, so kind of getting over that personal, talking to a larger group of people. So, but we did complete our first event. We
And
kept it
how
small.
many people were there?
Well, we kept it small on purpose. We only had 4 because I wanted to get some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
But we've kind of scaled it up. Our next event's in a few days. We've sold out with 20.
20. Good for you.
We're capping it at 20. So.
Are you excited?
I am. Well, it's. I think this second round will be better because I've got all the material. We're going to tweak it a little bit. But the first event, I think I spent probably 3 weeks putting that together, and the day before the event, I was still working on it. So. Yeah.
That's great. How cool is it knowing that 20 people are going to show up at your event to learn from you?
It's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess another one of my questions would be is, at the production level you're at and you want to recruit people, you got to have a way to onboard them and train them. You got that taken care of?
We did. I hired a managing broker who I'll probably actually have her replace me as a designated broker so I can go focus on this. And then, we've built out a ton of processes of, we use a project management software for onboarding. And but really hammering that out. Because I have taken on and had agents before, so I've got a lot of the onboarding kind of complete. So,
Good.
Yeah.
So what was the most exciting part of the course? What did you get the most joy from, or what really expanded your mind when we spoke about on a certain lesson?
I'd probably say integrating all the systems together. I didn't really, I knew like of each one, but like, how to leverage the video with Facebook and how to, and use targeting ads in Facebook to get people to an event. So kind of putting all the components together, that was eye-opening.
So when we built the agent training blog and we put everything on the blog and you showed how to all fit it, because you were building all the bricks and you finally saw the wall and how it was made together.
Yeah.
And you really enjoyed how I was able to target all the real estate agents in Phoenix and to put Facebook ads right in the news feeds.
Right. Yeah.
Which would be to either come to your events or subscribe to your newsletter or even just join your team. So let me ask you the big question. Do you have any recruits?
So from the first one, we do. Out of the 4, I think we have strong possibilities on two of those 4. And then beyond that,
the pipeline.
Yeah. And then beyond that, out of the 20, I mean, I would be surprised if we didn't onboard it, 1 out of 20. So, yeah. And then we plan on doing these at least monthly, if not every 2 weeks, ideally hitting about that 20 each time.
So someone might say, oh, you only recruited 2, or it's only a few people. Let me ask you this. If these 2 people, these 2 agents that you hire actually produce in a very reasonable way, whether it's 2 deals a month or 24 deals a year, like what's a very low expectation you would have for an agent if they were to succeed with you?
Well, I will say we have pretty high expectations for the agents, so I'm only looking
conservatively what they'll actually accomplish. What's that number?
I'm thinking a minimum to a month.
So 24 deals a year. Now, at your split that they're on, and kind of the typical average of sales price / commission, how much money does that agent make you from a gross margin perspective if they're successful a year?
So if our average transaction was easy, round it like say 250 at 3%, that's 7,500 gross. If we're
how much?
7,500 a deal coming in, that's gross commission, and then from there, depending on the split, we have a hybrid split depending if it's sphere or not. But let's call it. We'll probably get anywhere from let's say conservatively 30% of that number.
Okay, times 0.30.
Yeah.
So hang on, multiply that.
More deals.
7,500 times 0.3 times 24. $54,000.
Yeah, I call it $50,000 a year per agent.
So one agent is worth, who is productive, about $50,000 a year in annual gross margin.
What the company would keep, yeah.
That's great. So do you consider the recruiting project a success? How much? Yes. Talk to me about it. Why?
Well, I have the whole system, and I can really just kind of, if I want to turn on and do more events, it's really just flipping a switch on, marketing spend or activity, whether I have an assistant emailing invites or, Facebook ads running or additional like Indeed ads. It's really just how many people I want at the events or how often. It's pretty easy just to flip a switch and go from there. So, because all the other stuff is set up. So,
how did you get all this done while still having to actually sell houses?
Well, I will say we ran late a lot, but you guys did a lot of it. So, you guys helped build the website, build out basically the funnel, a lot of the images. We provided like some basic photos of us and, obviously our logo and that kind of stuff, but the actual content was created by you guys. I mean, I would say 90% of it was you guys. The rest of it was just our, images and, our kind of commentary. So.
Good. Have you had to make any cold calls so far in order to get recruits, or has it all just been through the marketing?
It's all through the marketing. Yeah. So no cold calls to the invites. All of it's just been through what we're doing for marketing. So.
And you're happy with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you just hiring two solid agents will change your life at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a smaller operation, but I think yeah, ultimately we want to get, somewhere around probably in the next year about 10 agents would be a really good number. Because
Yeah.
I'm not looking to add like 100 people paying me $25 a month like some companies, and
Yeah, but
grow.
10 solidly productive agents that you could manage
Mhm.
would make you
Yeah,
$500,000 a year in gross margin.
yeah,
That's great.
that would be a good number. Yeah.
Man, what else could I possibly want to ask you? Well, give me some words of wisdom for someone thinking about signing up for this and doing this.
Yeah, I
What
would do
what
it.
what do you wish you knew now, or what? I'm sorry. What do you wish you knew before doing this when you signed up that you know now?
It's a lot more work than I anticipated, but it's worth it. Once you get to the point where everything is set up, I think I initially thought 6 months was a very long period of time, and why can't we do it in like a month? But you quickly find out that even though you're only doing, 1 hour for a week, you got all this other homework, and other stuff that you got to kind of put together and make sure you get to them so they can do their job. Buyer can do their job, and so it was probably actually the right about time. So
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
yeah,
Yeah, because people were like 6 months. Can we
yeah,
do it in a week?
yeah,
Probably not.
yeah.
Right? How have you changed personally through this? Remember how in the very first class I said you have all enrolled in a personal development course in disguise? Tell me about that. I mean, you had to go from being an agent to be a leader and trainer of other agents.
Hmm.
That's a big jump. Tell me about that personal jump that you had.
Well, part of it was I was a little like kind of a little hesitant to share some of my really good tips and tricks and like what's working for me, but ultimately I found out if you help enough people get what they want, they're gonna, it's gonna reciprocate back. So I kind of feel like I'm just gonna provide value and just kind of provide what I can and what I know and my knowledge. I hope that will attract people, to work with me. But I'll say at the end of that first event, um, the two of those agents were very appreciative. I think, we're specifically targeting not brand new agents, but agents that are doing at least two deals, anywhere from 2 to 5 deals a year. And so we think that we can really help them, kind of grow.
You can really help those people grow.
Yeah.
You're learning that you know a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I know more than I thought. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, yeah.
Okay. Um, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the course. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate your perfect timing and great information. It really helped out for building our recruiting platform. So, yeah.
Is there anything you'd say? Last question. Is there anything you'd say that makes this course different than everything else out there?
Well, yes, I will say that today I got a spam message from a broker saying, "Hey, you want to come join my team? We're awesome." And I just look at him like, I don't even know you.
That's
I
the
don't even.
antithesis of everything that I
It's like
taught in
exactly what
recruitment.
I don't want to do, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, whether it's recruiting or whether it's other solicitations. So
Cool. It sounds like this course is really aligned with your values.
yeah, no, I would agree with that. Yeah, what's nice is it just generates, I'd say, more inbound interest than you just trying to have to go and I don't know how to say it. This I don't like to become or
Interrupting people
feel like a spam.
unnecessarily.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Without like spamming, interrupting people.
yeah.
Cool. Patrick, that's all I got, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your insight. Thanks.
All right, cool.